Today, I wanted to talk about the changes that Reserve Bank of India has been trying to push through in credit cards. This has been going on for 18 months. Yesterday, there was a news that said that Reserve Bank has relaxed the deadline for banks to comply for additional factor authentication by on September 30th to 2021. What do you mean by additional factor authentication? Let's find out. Welcome back to Be Rich. Basically, what is additional form factor authentication is like there is a you have a telephone bill which you have already loaded on your credit card. So every month, once the bill is generated, the credit card automatically pays your telephone bill. A variety of services can be loaded on like that, like your LIC payment, your electricity payment, and so on. What Reserve Bank has said this is that banks are abusing this process, and so payments go through to customers without additional form authentication. So, what now RBI is proposing that every transaction there must be an authentication by the customer. That is, even if you have put it in auto debit, you need to verify and say, yes, I have agreed to pay this so that the bank is able to take it. The credit card industry is not very profitable as it is assumed unless customers roll over payments. If customers don't roll over payments, the profits are not there because the cost of running a credit card division is very expensive. A telecaller has to be paid at least 4,000 rupees per card generated, even though the actual payment may be very less for the entire month. Based on the fact of number of cards converted, the cost per card is 4,000 rupees. Apart from that, there is a 24 bar 7 call center that has to be maintained. Along with that is you have to run a rewards program. All this makes credit card a difficult business to be in. If you charge a user subscription fee to be a member, those cards normally don't sell. It is claimed that the average ticket size for a credit card is 9,000 rupees. This is false. It must be far less than that. This makes the a transaction unprofitable. Banks would like to avoid small transactions and would like to push the customer to bigger transactions. This additional form factor authentication is going to cost banks more. So far, credit cards have been used only by prime customers, either high net worth individuals or people who have a steady source of income or near prime customers. What has happened with the coming of NPCI is that you can have a payment systems which is beyond Master and Visa. Most of these cards are now payment is processed either by Master or Visa. NPCI has made sure that you can have a credit card which is not dependent on Master or Visa but can use the NPCI payment system. This means that the interconnect charges would come down. RBL has already issued a card which depends on NPCI for making payments. As payments made through Beam do not charge interconnect charges, most merchant establishments do not want to pay interconnect charges. Apart from that, there is a use of virtual cards and also you have tokenizations. Both tokenizations and virtual cards are interchangeable. What do I mean by tokenization? Suppose you are going to make a payment to a vendor, you do not have to expose your card to his machine to get some security and create some problems on technology. Within a year, you can have a token system. When you indicate to your bank that you want to pay this merchant X amount of money, you will generate a token. When the merchant uses the token, he gets credit. Thus, the merchant does not have to see your card also. Virtual cards are cards in which you can use your phone app. Basically, cards become an account with a overdraft facility. You cannot transfer from one account to another account and you will be able to draw cash only at high costs. But when you want to transfer payment, you can do it online without having a card. This means the credit card need not have a plastic card, and the whole thing can be done online. With all this means that the plastic smile will soon come to an end. So far, since payments were made only by Visa and MasterCard, it was very difficult to extend credit to non prime customers. With the arrival of NPCI and people using Google Pay and Phone Pay to make payments, it makes easier for bankers and computers to study the payment transactions of subprime customers or near prime customers. Once there is sufficient history of making payments through Google Pay, Phone Pay, and other instruments which use NPCI, very soon banks will be offering credit to people who are not prime. Already, IDFC Bank has announced a product in which a customer can choose his credit card, and the bank, after evaluating his credit performance, will decide the interest rate. Interest rates are as low as 9% and at best are 16% in IDFC credit cards. This means that the days of banks making huge profits out of credit cards are long gone because competition has come amongst each other, and IDFC is the first bank to use credit card as a gateway or an instrument to give credit and advances. So we are looking towards big changes in credit cards and plastic cards. One thing is certain, that debit cards have a limited future except for withdrawing cash out of ATMs. Thank you for watching PJH. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to brichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.